Welcome back. I think you know how passionate we are about farming with purpose, because we know what it means, not only for us, the consumer, but for everybody. And Woolworths is dedicated to offering customers the highest quality produce, obviously, but sourced from local expert farmers and suppliers who focus on sustainable farming. That's the baseline that they operate from. This ensures the best quality while also looking after the planet, the people, and the animals. We're all under one umbrella. And Conan van der Heevel, a specialist technologist from Woolworths Foods, is here to share more about their sustainable approach, their farming for the future. I love the fact, Colin, when we first started talking about farming for the future, it was a notion, it was an idea, it was a dream.
That's right.
It is the matrix now. There is a level of traction, and we see the results now that speak to almost addressing a lot of negative with some massive heavy-hitting positive at this stage. When growing fresh fruits and vegetables, I mean, the produce speaks volumes in itself, but what does farming for the future mean, and what have been some of the major kind of exciting outcomes of this journey when it comes to our fruit and veg?
Yes, I mean, we've been on this journey for quite some time now, and as you say in the beginning, it was quite foreign and people almost laughed at us, almost, you know, when Noah built the ark. But it's got a lot of traction nowadays. And what's amazing for us is that with many of our suppliers, when we started on this journey, they were already up there with us. And so it didn't take much convincing. And the people that weren't aligned with us, you know, they were pretty much on board after we spoke them through the story. And it's been the success that we've seen. And we measure our suppliers over time that, you know, there's got to be a continual improvement. We've seen massive adjustments and improvements in the way. Yeah. Exactly. So it's really been it's been great for us, you know.
And where this, for me, comes to bear is the soil. Yeah. It's the life that you are reintroducing to the soil for future generations, for future crops, for next year's crop even. Yeah. It really does make a difference. When it comes to the composting, Clem took us through a deep dive, and I would imagine he's still got compost under his fingernails, which is the sign. You need that. How have you changed the game when it comes to compost?
Yeah, so we went out to one of our suppliers' sites, but many of our suppliers have got these sites where they do composting. And what is quite nice about it is that a lot of the material that they take are alien invasive species. So we take it from riverbeds and areas where the water collects for rivers and dams. And we know blue gums, black wattle, all these trees absorb huge amounts of water. So we've taken, so there's two positives. We've taken that away, so there's more water going to the rivers and dams, and then we chip it up, or they chip it up, make compost, and add nutrients to it, and put it into the orchard. So the big, you know, I say to people, in the soil, so whether it's in your garden or whether it's on a farm, your soil is a living matrix, you know, and it's almost, I talk to them about, it's like the Kruger National Park in your garden.
An ecosystem, yeah.
And there's insects, there's all funny little things, and fungi, bacteria, all working together. Some of them chase the other ones and eat the bad ones, and the good ones eat the bad ones, and whatever the case is. And it's really a living environment. And I was at a conference this week where they spoke about how nutrients in the soil are sometimes held on and not available to the plant, but then these bacteria and fungi and whatever release this to the plant. So many of our growers aren't even using the old method of fertilizers anymore, because there's all there in the soil. So that's really great.
No, it's and that's sustainability.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a closed loop sustainable situation that doesn't need input the whole time.
And in fact, it's also regenerating, because we've talked about sustainability. Now we talk about regenerative farming. So we're building up the soil to more than what it was previously.
Not just the soil, but the produce.
Right.
Let's talk about where the tire hits the tar. What difference have you seen in the end result?
Well, yes. So we know for a fact that these nutrients taken up out of a carbon-rich or a compost-rich soil, the trees do better. They've got all these nutrients available to them. And whether it's a pepper or apple or a carrot, that's all part of the plant. So it stands to reason, and I haven't got facts to my disposal, but it stands to reason that the fruit is more nutritious, that it's not deficient in...
More resilient.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And I love the fact that we're seeing one system emerging here where if humans are okay, the produce is okay. If
That's
the
right.
ecosystem
That's
is okay,
right.
the
Yeah.
farming is okay. All of
That's
these
right.
things are
Yeah.
interlinked. This gives you an opportunity to look forward with a different lens now, a positive and quite an empowered lens to look long-term. What are the long-term goals of farming in harmony with nature?
Well, there's a number, so we can carry on
never
for hours.
ends. Yeah,
That's
it
right.
never ends.
So, I mean, one of the things is that we're working in a system that we want to continue for years to go. So it's about leaving it for generations to come in a better condition. So things like water. So we know water. South Africa is a water scarce country. We haven't got a lot of water, so we need to protect what we've got, but we've also got to ensure that the quality of water that goes into our rivers and dams is of a good quality. So we focus a lot on what we call wastewater. So in a pack house or in a farm, the water that is waste that doesn't go into the river and
Goes back
pollute
into
the river.
ground supply.
You know, and a lot of people don't understand that, and we put a lot of emphasis on that. We're looking at soils, improving the soils. We've spoken about that. Reduction in pesticides, and we work a lot with international bodies looking at different types of fungi and bacteria and insects that chow other insects. So there's, it's a route that we're going. It's going to take a long time, and it's going to evolve over time, and we're going to get better and better at it until one day we are going to be really, it's going to be poles apart from where we were.
The perfect balance.
Yeah.
I know, and in such a short amount of time. I think I shake your hand every time I see you, mate, because you are doing something for all of us on every side of the coin here, whether it's those that are producing, we are creating sustainability within the farming culture within our country, and we rely so heavily on our farmers, so let's empower them. But most importantly, look at the end result. This is what you can shop in store now, representing the pinnacle of farming for the future. I love it. Well done, man.
Thanks.
Really, really hungry now.